Hello viewers, I'm SB and welcome back to Slipways, where today we are following Echoes in the Dark. Cosmic anomalies make this sector hard to map, but worthwhile for research, and hopefully more fun to play than Alone in the Dark. It appears the forebears once studied this sector extensively. Perhaps we can learn something by following in their footsteps. You have 27 years, weird, to complete the mission goals. Reactivate 4 of the 8 anomaly laboratories and improve total science output to 24 bulbs. I do love bulbs. Interference makes the sensors less effective, but we can turn planets into gigantic sensor arrays. That's cool. Letting us cut through the interference in a chosen direction. I wonder if by that they just mean that, you pick planets that are in a chosen direction from the center, or if we're actually going to get, like, vision cones. No standard labs can be built. We have to rely on anomalies for research, and the anomaly labs... Okay, they want a variety of resources rather than multiple copies of the same resource. That's interesting. Earn points based on total science generated per turn in the sector, and also the science output of your best anomaly lab, so time is not a factor on this one, which is good news for us, because I'm really bad at getting stuff done quickly. So, I mean, if science is a factor, the Vittori, right? It's gotta be the Vittori. So, Xenolabs are fine. Remnant and Primordial Worlds are both extremely valuable, but maybe. Orbital Labs is a great way of dealing with idle humans and also getting bulbs. There is a toned-down version of quantum computing for the scenario. That makes sense. I can see why that would be the case. Using robots as humans... I kind of don't understand what the use case for this is. Maybe it's just a playstyle thing. Maybe it's an element of the way I do things, but I always have way too many humans and I never have enough robots. Cybernetic bodies seems way more broadly useful. And then time dilation, of course, very cool. So researchers, there's some stuff here that I think could be interesting to get access to early. If you could get time dilation or cybernetic bodies, honestly, earlier on, they would be very cool, but 48 science is the thing that's really the limiter there, more than the technology tiers, so I don't know. And careful observation is actually just like, this is just extra months, right? You will send out fewer probes that find garbage, and so this will just grant you extra months, which is pretty nice. Who else might be relevant? Okay, I was kind of hoping that the Silthids were going to have microforges, but integrated manufacturing still helps. Hybrid hatchery is potentially interesting because, again, robots are extremely valuable and hard to get a hold of. Freeze-resistant bots, kind of tough because robots are extremely valuable and hard to get a hold of. Extra forge worlds is nice. Mind control is always good. Void synthesizer is potentially actually really useful for us. Yeah, the Silthid are definitely in. And then, like, experimental tech is a very good starting perk. Who else is going to do anything useful? You have gene adjustment, which I do like. Remake is... Honestly, aside from gene adjustment, the Dender don't seem very good for us here. Energy does not behave the way I would want it to in normal labs, and my assumption is it wouldn't in the anomaly labs either, so this might not be... I mean, you can still use it to power all kinds of other stuff, right? It's not like it's bad. I don't think that it's the Bakar. Do the Euphorians have anything useful? They have access to Harvest, which I do like. Hyperdrive is great. Teleportation might be very good. Post-scarcity... honestly, post-scarcity could turn out to be valuable. If it'll get us to that top tier of the prosperity scoring. Assuming that the scoring stuff is basically the same as it was in the last two. So, like, of these perks, I'm inclined to go, like, experimental tech and well-prepared. This is definitely going to be way more money over time, but again, money early matters so much. Yeah, I think let's try it like this. And I'm aware, by the way, that there is at least one good video game that has the title Alone in the Dark, but just don't play the recent one, is my advice. You know, Voidburger suffered so we wouldn't have to. Okay, so we have indicators for the positions of the anomaly labs, and I was going to say they're more or less evenly spread around us, but I guess that's not really true. These 3 are clustered, and these 4 are sort of clustered, I guess. We have to connect to 4 in order to win. And then what are the actual scoring criteria here? So 9 prosperous again, 6 tasks, same happiness thresholds. Get to 40 total science generated, and 11 from a single lab. Okay. So we probably want to try to build down into this crook, right? And see if we can get these 4. Oh, it was not entirely clear to me at first how little space we were actually seeing here because of the different zoom level than normal. It really is it's a very small area. Alright. That sucks that was only 2 worlds. Okay, so things are off to a rip-roaring start here. This is, like, extremely not habitable. We're probably just gonna have to... So this turns it into a sensor array. Costs are higher on less hospitable planets. Interesting. So, like... I guess show me what these are. Okay... Oh, wow, 12. Okay, how does this actually work? Let's find this out. So it is like a vision cone. I mean, we're pretty close to that first lab. Maybe something like this, because we want to try to reveal an area around the anomaly lab, right? Okay, and it reveals more space around the world as well, so we really want to do it to worlds that are on the edge. That's interesting. Okay. Show me something habitable. Okay, alright. We're starting to find some worlds that can actually do some stuff. I'm gonna need some sources of robots down here, or maybe like a couple of primordial worlds. Turn biomass into food. Can the Sanderson reach that? Okay, we can. We don't really have very good sources of minerals around here, though. Okay, so it could be like people to water, people to minerals, to robots to food, and then Capra 5 is a people world. I don't necessarily love that, because, like, how are we gonna... No, that's a set of viable, sustainable planets, but, like, it leaves our only people producer in a terrible position. It can't even access the Forebear ruins, and if we don't do it like that, though, we don't actually have a way to eat, which is a problem. I'd like to eat for living purposes. Alright, I was kind of hoping that this would turn out to be a world we didn't really want to settle so that I could use it to reveal some more space. It is a little awkward, though, isn't it? I guess maybe we do something like this, just reveal a bunch more space around the anomaly, and then also it, peels that back a little. Although not as much as I would have liked. Okay, minerals and primordial world, a place that is capable of producing food. Sadly, blocked off from the swamp world by this garbage ruined desert thing. Yeah, that actually really, really sucks. And you can't reach this. So we have no way of getting biomass to this primordial world right now. If we did, this would be a pretty good colony, because we can do a two-way trade right there. And it's right next to what we know will be the anomaly lab. Honestly, maybe we just settle this for food and figure it out. How long until we have a figure it out move? It's going to be a long time. We do not really have access to... Well, I mean, worst case scenario is we can get geo-harvesting, blow up the stupid desert world, and then run biomass from there, right? So I guess I'm going to commit to that. I think I'm going to commit to that. Okay, so settling the world does give us some more vision. Improve yearly science output by 3 is probably pretty doable because we're already near the lab, and establish 1 more pairs of planets to a trade between them. We were just about to. Thanks, Ephorians, for playing nice. Alright, so... let's check these. Is one of these a biomass generator? It is not. So the plan may actually be wait until we have destruction powers. So we found our first anomaly, and as expected, it is accompanied by a 4-bear laboratory built around it. Despite its age, we should be able to reactivate it. Okay, send researchers to activate the structure. I would love to do that. We know we're going to do this. I may as well turn that on before we blow up the asteroid, right? Hooray! Success. Oh, wow. How are you going to get these to 11? I guess you're going to have to figure out a way to send an awfully large number of people. That's actually wild. Alright, well, let's get vision of some more worlds around it. That's a shame we can't run people to that. Alright, let's do something like this. Just like show me a bunch of space. Actually, I guess there's no reason to overlap this any more than we have to. Wow, that's okay. It's a big barren area over here. Out of curiosity, do we have any, like, forge worlds or anything? Because goods would be fun. No? Alright. Okay, so what we could do is we could just speculatively make this a robot or chip operation here and then just send one of whatever to the anomaly lab to get our goal finished. I should probably look around a little bit more, though. We can get a sense of what we would want more between the two of those. Okay, there's at least one world where we can use robots to produce food over here. Let's just go ahead and commit to that. No, let's be a little bit more thorough, I suppose. Okay. Interesting. Maybe this is a mineral world. Do you have... No, you can't actually reach the swamp. That's a real shame. If this path were possible, then robots to this swamp, like, that's... I think I'm still going to do it. We will find a way to generate the food. Alright, but do that thing. And we're +0? Wait, what happened? Oh, the radar worlds are included in our empire size. So we're being charged for an 8-planet empire, but we only have the mineral output. We only have the dollar output of a 4-planet empire. Wow, that sucks. That's really bad. Okay. Nothing for it, I guess, but that's going to have to inform our decision-making going forward. So, this one's generally pretty easy to do. And then I would like to unlock the sylphids. Okay. I'm concerned. I'm very concerned. So this is going to give us 2 resources of our 7. Finishing that quest is going to be, like, critical. I can't. Okay, there we go. I need to reveal worlds. Hate to spend money like that, but like we desperately need to reveal a world where robots make food. It kind of has to be that one. Okay. Desperation for food increases. I mean, come on. You could just give me that. I guess let's check these. God damn it. And these two primordial worlds can't communicate with each other, and one of them can't communicate with the ocean world. It's bad. It's bad, y'all. The fact that the sensor worlds are part of your empire size is so harsh. If this turns out not to be a world that can generate food, then we're in a lot of trouble. Really? I can't reach that? No, it's 3 pixels out of range. This is in range. This is not in range. Yeah, it's very bad. If we could harvest this world, I hate to harvest a forge world, but if we can harvest this world, people there for biomass, biomass there for food, and then, I guess actually, never mind, because I'd have to harvest this world too. I wonder if you can, I wonder if you can harvest a world out of your empire. Does harvest say, it says all planets. It says all planets. I wonder if that would undo... I'm assuming it would not undo the vision. Maybe. So yeah, like I desperately need food income, but I cannot get food income in any way. I'm simply not allowed to have food income. If we... If this world could connect to that world, it would solve a lot of my problems too. And I don't actually even know... I don't know for sure that it can't. It might be that there's this unexplored darkness here that's preventing it from happening. Let's... Nope, it's out of range. And that one's less out of range. That said, doing this is still probably a good idea from a trade standpoint. Because it lets me successful a planet, which is good income. Freeze-resistant bots is not helpful here. No, unfortunately, the ice ball world that I would actually... The ice ball world that I would have wanted to use for this is... Yeah, that's a shame. Because we actually do have a source of biomass. Like, we could have made that work. Okay, well, then what is plan? I need to know what this is. Okay, it turns out it's nothing. Cause screw me, right? This is real bad. Can we make it to harvest? I think that's the only question at this point. It is nice that the sensors are part of your empire, so they do count for the asteroids as well. The thing is, like, I need to see more worlds around here because I need to look for sources of biomass. If we can't make it to harvest, but if we can make it to harvest, I need to just sit. So we can make whatever we want at the Forge World. We have the minerals. Maybe we just make robots and trust that eventually will... I mean, I'm still talking about potentially burning this thing to the ground. But... More trade. More trade's more good. This is a really difficult one. Okay, a little bit more trade income. Darn, I spent the water already. It would have been really nice to be able to run water from here to there. If we could get a little bit more, if we can make this planet successful, we could do some stuff with that. So Hephaestus does not communicate with this world very effectively. Let's burn another one of these. I guess I'm just going to set this up as a goods factory. I suppose I could have set it up as a chip or robot world and gotten more science out of it. So now we can, in theory, develop water here eventually and send that up. We may actually need machine interfacing. But I think I need geo-harvesting badly enough that I can't afford to spend science on anything else. So I guess at this point we are just running a new direction. Try to connect to another lab. Of course, this lab is not near any planets. This is going to create some difficulties. Alright, yeah, this is a little grim. This is a little grim. We don't really have a good way for, like, almost any of our worlds to, like, connect to this stuff out here. Maybe there's a big, valuable space down there? Well, gonna have to blow up some more asteroids. Yeah, you are way too far inside to be valuable as a scouting world. You might do the job, though. Not really. This is going to put me on 15 worlds. And then if I fund one more, if I settle one more world, our administration cost per planet doubles and we go broke. Not like all the way broke, but pretty close to all the way broke. This is actually, this one is super hard. Alright, we need 5 more science. Okay. Alright, there's some interesting stuff here. So all of this stuff wants water, which is a shame. Yeah, water continues to really be a limiting factor. But we have this ocean. So we can produce chips here. Can you reach that? Okay, but actually, can you reach that? Okay, you can. So once we settle this ocean world, it'll clear up enough space that these worlds can connect. So it could be people from McCaffrey to make robots here to make food off of Pico, or we could just use this to produce the chips if we have another way of making food off of Pico, or off of Yellen, I suppose. which we currently don't. It's hard to know, like, the forebear ruin there could be very valuable to us as well. It is legitimately very difficult to know. Cost 7? Why's it gotta cost 7? Alright, I'm gonna reveal some more space here because we're desperate. Like, I have a decision to make here that's maybe gonna be a little make or break, and I just need more information than I currently have. Okay. That's interesting. So we would need minerals to run that, though. So it's like, this is the people world. And then this needs to be that. We make robots here. Robots make food here. Then we blow up some asteroids to have the money to keep working. Okay, so we've got a little bit more established. We are one resource short of finishing this and getting a big chunk of money. If we could move that biomass somewhere, it would be it would totally do the job. There's a lot of stuff. Now, we've done this in such a way that people here do not have access to any forebear ruins, because of course we did. How else could this possibly go? And I'm totally out of cash. But we're about to get Demolish and potentially really change everything here. So let's send out a probe somewhere for the final month of the year. It's a shame there's not like a good place to do this. Okay, so we take harvest, and now we do some experimenting. First of all, we know that we want to do this very badly. So that finishes a task, it upgrades a bunch of our stuff, gives us a huge amount of money. Then... Nope, I am not allowed to harvest a settled world. I kind of figured that'd be the case, but it was definitely worth checking. Alright, so we desperately need more science. We've done a horrible job on science on account of this being very difficult. You need chips. I'm going to hit this, though. We're going to send this over. We're going to send you down here. I was really hoping that was going to be a source of chips. Wave augmentation does, in fact, solve some of our problems. It costs 15 science, which is really crappy. But it solves so many of our problems, like that one. So... we are a little bit beyond money problems at this point. Our problems are now time-based. Oh man, yeah, once we have the thing and we can connect this here and this here, this road becomes successful. It generates more water. We can send the water down here or up there. If we send the water down here, it's going to produce like all of this prosperity. Alright, we might be starting to get to okay. But unfortunately, we're also totally screwed. So I don't want a world this close to a lab to be a sensor relay, but it may have to be. In fact, it almost certainly has to be. Wow, that's a lot of dead space. Right, because we need more visibility in the area, and this is not going to produce anything of value for us at all. Okay, that gives me some hope. Not like a lot, understand, but some. So we need chips and food, and again, it's like a completely disconnected... We, in theory, have integrated manufacturing on the way. It does sort of feel like we're in a situation where we just can't do anything until we get to 15 science again, though. Okay, you can also reach that. So... we desperately need food for either of these worlds to function. You know what? Pretty rough. Oh, cool. I just hit another empire size threshold. 15 science? So going up to +4 does take a year off of the research. And also it's good in it's good in a much more long-term sort of way than making that a money-making place. However, it does leave us in a really desperate position, immediate money-wise. Actually, maybe we have to make the other choice. And then I get my extra 1 science from this, right? So we're not going to be able to produce food or chips for this world at all, basically at all, yeah. The chips can come from this mineral world, but not for like 10,000 years. We're never going to generate the science for this. I think the more I look at this, the more I think that this is just not doable. I think I must have taken a bad approach here. I think we're going to keep spiraling outward and doing a worse and worse job, and just like I've got us into an economic, like a really untenable long-term economic spot. So I'm going to exit to the main menu and we're going to start over. Now with the information that you really cannot afford to make very many of those sensor relays because of how tough the economics are. Hey, these are not the same. Okay, so it's not... I kind of assumed that the scenarios were a little more set. Like, I guess you would want them to be random maps, and if you're doing random maps, then why not do the whole sector randomization thing? Okay, that makes sense. I wonder if infrared stations actually work? Quantum sensors is, like, really weird and bad. Transpose is powerful. Okay, I think we would still want the Vittori. Silthids have mass lensing this time, which is neat. And, you know, I wasn't even thinking about our slip relays. I always forget. When I take experimental tech, I always forget I have the slip relays. I wonder if that actually would have been perfectly viable. Okay, so you have geo-harvesting again. I mean, I want to look at the others. Geothermals is, like, maybe interesting, potentially. Yeah, you don't really seem like... Okay. Let's try sort of a similar idea. This time I'm going to remember to use my damn slip relays. Right? Probably? No, almost certainly not. Okay, so this is an interesting cluster. I think... Weird. The way these are grouped together makes me think that, like, in particular, these two, we might be able to feed some planets to both of them, so I definitely want to go that way if we can. Can I get all 4 of these signals? Okay, that's an interesting start. Okay, they both can reach the Forge World. We're gonna have to do some of this, obviously. But let's be really careful with these. Okay, that is an area that is dense with signals, and probably not very dense with planets, is my guess. So what I really need is to reveal stuff that's near the ocean first. Alright, can you reach that around the... You can. Okay. Well, I think we've got an initial setup here that works. We can start generating money. I sort of don't want to connect these right away, because what if the Euphorians come to us with that two-way quest? Let's put some of this stuff down. Okay, that's also fine. And then both of these are kind of bad, but improving our yearly science output is probably a sort of a long-term goal. Okay, so we've got a fair amount of trade here. You would like robots. You would like biomass. We can't really get you biomass. Does this... Nope, even if that were cleared out, that still wouldn't allow us to get minerals up there. But this is maybe a start. And we have like robots here, so worlds to produce food over there can be set up to help make people. I don't know, I'm actually pretty close to this lab. Maybe I took the wrong tasks. Yeah. Alright. Can I be greedy and get all of this? No, I cannot. I can be greedy, but it will not allow me to get all of that. Okay, so if there's a world over here that we can get to produce food... I think I got it. Maybe not. There it is. Wow, it is only minerals and robots and stuff. Interesting. So, like... Can I... This is not going to reach that. Yeah. We don't have a source of biomass. You want a people world next to the research station, right? We don't know that this is our only hope for that. It may well not be. It's easy enough to get robots to here. Well, I mean, it's not ideal, is it? And honestly, even if we could get robots to here, maybe we just want this to be a place where we're producing water. So it's actually kind of hard to know how we want to set this up. It's easy enough to get the chips, but the food is still an issue. Okay, so minerals, robots for food, chips for planet itself. Everything reaches everything just fine. Yeah, it's going to push us up into the next size category, but it's going to earn us a lot of money on the way there. I think that's okay. So, minerals to robots to food. Okay. So that's got all of those, and then we need to move, like, water or something. water or biomass or goods, I guess, something like that, to finish off this task. And we can get a little science going right away. That's easy enough. We found our first anomaly, and as expected, the text is the same. Alright, so what do I want to do now? If I got this planet producing people, by getting biomass to it from somewhere, then we could send minerals up to here, minerals out to there to make this planet successful for the trade value, and minerals up to here for, you know, the other thing. We do not have a source of biomass. But we can maybe make one. Alright, let's see if we can. So we'll look for a planet over here. Oh, you're kidding me. That's not that close to that planet. I would hate to turn a Forge world into a sensor array. That would not seem to be very good. But, like, we need to know what's over here. Because if there's any way to produce biomass in this area, then we actually have a very powerful move by upgrading this planet, and then we can start trying to get a what do you call it? We can start trying to get like an actual trade network going here with some successful worlds and maybe even some prosperous stuff. Like, you know, actually have a functional economy before we try to move forward. This Forge world is... okay, it's not actually out of range. If we destroy that asteroid, goods from here could reach this world. So I think with that I am in fact going to sensor array this. It feels very strange to do so. Am I going to be sad if I don't get rid of this little sliver of darkness? I don't know. Oh, okay, no, settling this world fixed it. Okay. So please tell me that there is biomass available to us. I missed. Well, that's fine. That's relatively efficient. There is biomass, it just can't get to that world. That sucks. That's a real problem. We do have Harvest. Turning Forge worlds into sensor arrays and just blowing them up for the hell of it, and because it's really good, right? It's a really, really good place for a people world. And can it reach... it can reach this remnant world, and this being a chip world is like the best thing ever. I'm doing it. We're just gonna have to... we'll have to figure it out, but like... it's so good for us. So this and that and that. Big deal. Okay, can't reach there, but that's fine because I really want to reach out to here anyway. And I think there's a chance we are just harvesting this world. So neither one of these worlds is going to successful off of me connecting chips to it. We do have repurpose eventually, and they'll both, honestly, they'll both benefit from it. You know what? Again, spacing, but free slip relays. Free slip relays is the answer to this problem. Don't wait. We just power things up. We can get some real money making going on here. So, the Forge world will no longer be able to reach south, but I think it's okay. Because, like, this is actually really good, right? It gets us a two-way trade. It finishes a quest. It also eventually allows us to feed, what do you call it, biomass to this world, which is very good. So, increase total chip production by 6 units. Get 2 ocean planets to successful. I have 1 ocean planet, and it is not close. Actually, all of these are borderline, like, far, far distant. But okay, fine. Because, like, we simply cannot do this, right? So, expanding our science output is as simple as getting to the next lab. I say, knowing that that is not, in fact, simple. I was really hoping. Either one of those being a planet would have been huge. You can't reach that remnant world. No, you cannot. Okay. We should probably connect this to one of these things. I'm going to connect it this way, just for the extra trade income. Oh, hey, we're in a situation here where the next relay is going to really increase our network costs. Well, nothing for it, sadly. There's nothing we can do. It's just going to be that way. So do I want it to be here? I did not reveal that many planets. An ice ball that can't do anything. A primordial world that can reach both the lab and the other thing. Can't reach this. Do I want it to be biomass? We definitely need some water income. So, like, I think there's a pretty good chance that this becomes a water world. We need water over here, too, really badly. So the water from this might be able to be connected to that in some way eventually. So I think I am gonna make this primordial. Shoot, money. Yeah, money. Okay. Hey, that jumped from 3 to 5. Okay, once you have enough resources going to them, continuing to connect more gets more good. That's fun. That's a good thing. I mean, I sort of want to make this a goods world and connect, right? If we feed this water, it'll get the resources. We're actually gonna have like a functional network of successful worlds here. Do I want any of this technology yet? I kind of want to get to infrawave detection. I think we're going to save up and get infrawave detection next turn. Or next round. Next year? Words. Year. Alright, let's do it. Okay, so we have now a fair amount of pretty successful worlds. This world becomes prosperous if it can trade with just one more. If you could just do one more successful thing. Is there a way... I was really thinking ahead about this, but like, if I could... Yeah, shoot, I wasn't thinking ahead about how I was going to use this. Being able to move people around to that would be really nice, actually. Yeah, bummer. Bummer, dude. Connecting people to here doesn't really help until this has water. Once this has water, it's an amazing play that's really, really good for us. But before that moment, it's pretty unimpressive. So yeah, like I said, let's grab infrared detection and then let's try it. So does it actually work the way I would like it to work? Oh, it totally does. That's awesome. That's like really good. Because like even though those are very expensive, it still beats the hell out of adding a planet to our network that's not doing anything for us. Yeah, that's a big deal actually. Okay, really excited. So unfortunately, we have run out of money again. Maybe I do make this connection just for the trade value. It's 5 per, and it'll be good eventually. Yeah, okay. That rules. That's so good. Okay. It does create an obstruction, which can be a problem sometimes, but it's real good in a sort of a broad general sense. Sadly, this primordial world is cut off from the anomaly lab, or is cut off from this other primordial world by the anomaly lab, which is going to make it awkward to get food. Also, these two worlds don't connect anymore because of where I put that infrawave station. So that's also a problem. Because nothing can ever go well. Gosh, I love infrawave stations. So no way of generating food. I am not allowed to have food. That would be against the law. Me getting no resources at all? It's more likely than you think. Okay, so robots to here generate food. We do like Citadel connects to water planet. And this thing doesn't quite connect to the lab. Again, I think because of the position of this infrawave station. But I will absolutely use the slip relay to do that. I have no problem with that. If we can thread that needle, can we? Can I like make a version of this work? Because I don't really want to have to go around up top here, because that's going to make us unable to connect to this thing. I guess I have to swing it around the bottom. Is probably the case. But can I? Maybe I can't do that. So if we're trying to use this to produce food here, we got to get the robots here somehow. And this is cut off, right? Yeah, and if I do this to make robots, then the water can't get to the lab. It's actually very awkward. It's actually like a really huge problem, the way everything is set up here. There's just not very many sources of minerals over here that we're aware of. All sources of minerals are all grouped together, which is not like a useful thing for them to be doing. Oh, right, I gotta settle this world. I'm gonna go ahead and settle. And then we're gonna drop an infrawave sensor as far away from that as we can, get some more information. Okay. Not good. Not good information is the thing. So, we cannot connect to here for water. And if we could, connecting to here for water would not solve the problem of... Okay, no. We have it, though. We have a solution. It's going to be very roundabout and weird. So let's do this. I guess connecting the materials to this before we have the researchers on it is not going to help. There's no version of this that's going to work. I'm just going to stop trying. I was trying to think, like, is there any way we can leave a path for these people to get to that world? But no, it's not going to happen. Alright, let's get some of that stuff going, and then we'll work this out. Piece by piece. Brick by brick. Okay, now we need to get a whole hell of a lot of chips out somehow, and I don't really know what my plan is. We have a lot of worlds where we can do that, but not very many worlds where it's useful to do that. We may just have to deal with that, unfortunately. Maybe it would be a good idea to drop one of these things over here somewhere. Wow. There was nothing out there. Am I in a lensing sort of place? I think I probably am, right? We're desperate for ways to move resources around. Can't lensify this one, but I could lensify that one. It would be nice to make this into a people world. Still need to get people over there to... Still desperately need water over here. So... if we harvest this world, you get robots to here to make water, but then the robots cannot get the water to the places where it needs to go until we have mass lensing. Or, you know, the other thing. Okay, that does work, though. Mass lensing is a pretty good solution to some of our problems, if I'm honest. Yeah, that's kind of compelling. So we don't have any ice balls in situations where the freeze-resistant robots would actually be useful. So I think I might just be holding on for mass lensing. Because, like, we could buy one of these two things. And maybe we should buy quantum sensors. And then still be able to make mass lensing next turn. Or next year. And then we do some mass lensing around here to spread the water from this jungle world around. Right? Biomass here. Water here. Which flips this world to successful. Which flips this world to prosperous. Yeah, something like that sort of makes sense. And then we have biomass coming out of here, which could feed, like, I don't know. Well, we need another robot in to produce the second unit of water, which we do really want. And we do kind of have. But in order to get this to there, you're talking about additional slip relays, basically. What we desperately need is the ability to build our own slip relays. I think I am going to take quantum sensors. Next year we buy mass lensing. Then we grab like quantum computing, and integrated manufacturing is pretty good. We actually have a lot of places where we would benefit from that. Yeah, we actually have a lot of places where we would benefit from that, and that can help us get this done. And we're just not doing a very good job on these tasks. But it's complicated, right? It's tough. Yeah, I'm just going to buy this because it's a tech, basically, because it helps us move up a little faster. And it doesn't actually slow down our acquisition of the other important stuff, because it's so cheap. Okay, that's interesting. So this could be a robot world. You will produce... Yes, you will produce one more mineral when you become... glorious was what I was about to say. You know what I mean. Economically glorious. So... It could eventually feed a mineral out to here. And we could just go like... Swamp World gets robots to make food, and then makes this Earth-like work. I don't really want to be feeding food from there to here. I want this to be a world that can give something to the Anomaly Lab, and food is like one of the very few things it doesn't want at all. Okay. Do I have a good... No, I don't have a good source of people anywhere around here. So I was thinking if we had people to get minerals from this, then we could feed the minerals to the Forge World to produce robots, and that actually does reach the swamp. And then we don't care so much about this world producing food. It wasn't probably going to produce resources for that anyway, right? And then we could do, you know, people make biomass. Biomass goes up here. But we don't have a way of generating people. At least, so it seems. I'm going to get a little aggressive here. Okay. So we need food. Which I'm kind of planning to get from this world, and I cannot reach you with that. But I will be able to. This is it's a pretty long speculative chain of moves. But honestly, I think it's pretty solid. We just get energy from this thing and feed that into the... Okay, it doesn't actually show me what I can reach with this. So I can feed that into here to get more biomass, or biomass into food there, and then give the food to this planet. That generates a little bit more trade income than just sending the energy directly over here. Okay, so do I want mass lensing right now? If I didn't do that, I could grab Enlightenment, which definitely potentially has some use. It means we wouldn't have to take repurposing. But taking repurposing is good. It means we have more worlds that can interconnect. It really helps us actually hit... it helps us hit our trade goals. Enlightenment allows us to still make the people worlds as successful or prosperous as they would otherwise be, but it doesn't help the Forge worlds in the same way. So... Alright, let's just focus here. Let's just do the things. So I do have to burn this. And I may as well send a person out here right now, right? And in fact, I'm going to do this as well right now, just to get, you know, the science. So, food. Robots. Minerals. People. Wait, did I do this wrong? Yes, I did. Sorry. This was going to be the mineral world. Because that's chips. Wait, hold on a second. Go back. If I don't need to take mass lensing right now, I should take quantum computing before the end of the year. More writings from the original researchers were recovered. Results promising. No reason to believe this cannot be compensated for. Defiance is folly. That's not usually a good sign. Something will not maintain sentience. No doubt the bridge will prevail. Oh, no doubt. No doubt, friends. No doubt it. So this is a people world. It's a little bit of a shame, because that means we can't get the chips from here to there. And then I'm out of money. What a world. What a world. How much science do I have right now? It is enough to take harvest and just blow something up. I think we're trying to live in a non-harvesting world. We don't really have all that many good asteroids, though. And we're about to cross over into a new cost threshold. Maybe we do have to take harvest. Maybe harvest is the only way we can guarantee that we'll be able to run the Empire. We only get one of them, though. Alright, I'm going to take harvest. We're just going to have to do old-fashioned slip relays. So that being the case, chomp. We do, in fact, make this connection directly so that we avoid adding one world. Because adding one world right now would be disastrous. And then I guess I just feed this down here and the repurposing goods from this go there. Yeah. Yep. Okay. So we're at plus 47. We have the ability to harvest planets. We do not easily get people to this world. So we could feed... What do we have to get to? We have to get to 24? Christ. How am I gonna do that? Okay, we have this whole water situation over here, which is gonna require... It's gonna require a slipway to fix. We need slipways really badly. Integrated manufacturing, too. But also slipways, very badly. That is out of range, even with the obstruction cleared. Can you connect to this? You can. So integrated manufacturing, which we're going to get next year, could make this a settlable world, which then actually helps us a bunch. It's kind of good, actually. Alright, let's do that. We're gonna do that. I need to blow something up. You're not useful. So we can just do that right now. Here's some more trade goods. I mean, at some point we had to cross the threshold, right? It's an expensive threshold, though. Okay, so we get integrated manufacturing. It's too expensive to actually use. It is what it is, though. This planet's going to become prosperous when we fire it. Oh, hold on. Sorry. Let me make the connections first. So what are we pretty confident we don't need? Let us consume that to make this. So then we do this thing, feed that. Wait, didn't that? Oh, because that just makes that world established, not... Yeah. Right. People worlds need goods to be successful. Well, it's still good to have done it, but yeah, that does complicate things a little bit. We need repurposing. We need everything. We need everything always forever. It's tough. We always need more thing. How much thing is enough? I don't know. I've never seen enough. I don't know what that means. Okay, worlds that produce minerals. Where would be a good one to repurpose? This one's already getting its chips. A bit of repurposing is going to clear our task, which is important. Okay, this one. This one's a good one. Each repurpose is 30. Ugh. Okay, so we feed that. Damn it. Everything's out of range. Everything's always out of range. I really do like the Slipway range extenders. We didn't really have access to a good one here, but I think that in general they're extremely powerful. That's actually maybe like a good world. We might want to produce water there. I'm unlikely to need you. So let's... trying to figure out if I produced another one here, would it actually be helpful? Probably not. Producing one here would allow me to level you, or... it doesn't even level this, but it gets this close. We don't have a place to send the robot to level it, though. This can't itself level up without water. Yeah. It turns out that it doesn't matter very much anywhere right now. It'll matter eventually. You know, this helps. That's pretty good, actually. Would that get... okay, it would get +3 if we connected the last thing to it. So if we make robots here... that's, you know, that's some score... what do you call it? Secured nice and early. It does help us get toward that 24. Do I want to just do this now and have this place be miserable for a while? It's very difficult to afford settling extra worlds right now. We kind of have to make sure we're getting good value out of anything we actually do. And also, I need to blow something up. I'm going to blow... nope, that's right. I was looking at that earlier, and I think I like it existing. I need to detonate a world. I probably don't need you, because I have a mineral world right here. Alright, let's do one more project somewhere so that we can get the last thing we need to clear this task. And then that'll give us a little bit of money and also a chunk of science. Yeah, 6 bulbs. It's not enough to actually do anything with. But no, it won't even combine with the amount of science we're getting next year to allow us to do anything. But still, you know, we gotta do it. So I guess it could be right... it's fine. It's fine for it to be right here. Let's just go ahead and feed that over there. We'll want it eventually. Improve science output by 5. These are all really harsh. Yeah, these all suck. These are really bad. I'm looking around for places where I think we can get two-way trade going. These are very bad. 7 additional units of robots is really... that's a lot. Okay, I guess this one's doable because we have another lab that we're going to extend into soon. And then it's like robots versus two-way trade. I guess I'm going to take the two-way trade. And we're just going to hope to find a lot of places where we can connect people worlds to remnant worlds that need them. Whew. Boy, that was grim. Not necessarily like a surprise, I suppose, but still very disappointing. Okay, what can we do out here? Not very much, it turns out. I got excited for a second there. I thought that was an Earth-like. Well, that's probably just getting chomped, right? It's very hard to imagine us making any use of that at all. I think we're doing pretty poorly on, like, making a functional economic web. But honestly, we're doing all right on the actual scenario goals. It could be worse. Repurposing is going to be really big for us here. I think it's gonna help a ton. So what do you still need biomass somehow? Right, we need slipways. Am I better off saving for slipways? Maybe. It's like biomass to here. Doesn't even... Oh boy, that doesn't even fix the number of imports and exports this planet needs. Yeah, maybe repurposing doesn't fit, because like it makes this successful right away. This world does have 6 imports and exports then. But it doesn't have enough neighbors that are doing well to become prosperous. It wouldn't flip this world over. We need water to be able to flip anything else. Yeah, we're still just not very close. We're not close to even a... We're kind of close to 1 prosperous, kind of. Yeah, okay, rough. Again, water. Like, desperate for water all of the time. So the number one most important thing then is to get slipway tech. Repurposing does not help that much. Okay. It's good to maintain focus, right? So we have a water thing here. Robots could produce we could produce robots to get water to send to the lab. But we don't quite have the setup for that yet. I guess we know we want to make a people world over here somewhere. It's probably this one, right? Because it has to be able to reach the lab. So I'm gonna eat that. We need a source of robots to make the food. But in order for that to work, we need a source of minerals, which we don't have. And then we also need a source of minerals to make the chips. I could harvest this Forge World out of the way and use this as a robots make biomass and water world in order to feed food biomass here to get food out for that. But that doesn't really help us very much. Yeah, we just don't actually have a source of food. If we had water for this could produce minerals, but we can't get the minerals to anywhere that matters. I just need more vision. Wow, none of those are planets. I mean, it wasn't super unlikely given that they were small signals, but like none of them being planets makes this a lot harder. Okay, I need to settle something over here before I can send out the other thing that I want. So, like, do I just hit it and hope? Because we have to establish a colony on something over here just to be able to start generating information about what we can do. which sucks a huge amount. It's so bad. Alright, I'm gonna do it because we have to. So not a single planet in this entire area that is capable of generating minerals. Just absolutely nothing. Pretty bad news. Okay, the nearest planet that can generate minerals is there. That's an issue. So all these forge worlds are completely useless. If we... No, out of range, even if we do harvest that. So we need like the ability to mineralize or something, or we're gonna have to use a lot of very time-expensive slipways. I think that's where we're at. I just don't think we have any options. I think it's gonna have to be a lot of bad slipwaying. So we've not been given much of a choice. Okay, well, that being the case, how do we want to implement this? So we're probably talking about a slipway that runs minerals from, like... Geez. Even, like, the distances are so bad that even with slipways, this is really awkward and difficult. So I'd like to be able to feed minerals from one of these worlds to the lab. But neither one of them can actually do that. And then use a slipway from that mineral world to provide minerals to a thing to do stuff. Because, like, one of these needs to be a robot forge world and the other one has to be a chip forge world. Yeah. This huge dead zone here kind of killed us, I think. So we could have... realistically, this is the robot one. It produces food from Folly 2, sends the food here. So this is the chip world, which means this world's not going to be able to reach that. Because we're going to run a chip slipway here. You know, a chipway. Well, I'm just going to start the... That's the wrong button. I'm just going to start the chain. Yay! Because we don't actually have a choice. Now here, unfortunately, we don't get the second robot until the minerals connect. Alright, I would love to take self-hosting AI now, but I think we have to take the slipway tech now, and then we get self-hosting AI later. Like, obviously, the earlier you take something like that, the more effective it's going to be, but... Can't afford. Ugh. It's probably just blow up a planet somewhere. You're useless. Actually, hold on. Let me do this first. Get the extra science first. That seems like a good idea. More writings from the original researchers were recovered. Instability was deemed within acceptable bounds. Despite my something taking into account the constraints, I advise to proceed. Despite, I advise to proceed. Not usually a good way for things to be going. Alright, so now we need minerals to this, which we could get by stream splitting, I suppose. Honestly, stream splitting is probably going to be pretty important for us in a bunch of places. Just thinking about, like, running water to both of these worlds, so I think stream splitting is really good this run. So that being the case, I'm not going to build a second slipway for this. We also need to get people down here, which we cannot do. That might be another stream splitter, actually. Like, if we do... Where am I going to get food if I do that? Nowhere. I was kind of thinking, like, people here, to make more minerals from this, run a slipway like here that sends the minerals up to there, and then when we hook Tisiphone into that, it sends chips back. But Tisiphone cannot get food that way. And on top of that, like... How would I generate food? Because the food's all the way over here. The food's in a really awkward spot. Probably don't want to do that, right? So this is a good place for stream splitting. This, getting an extra people first, would be really valuable. To be perfectly honest with you, I don't know if I've ever seen a run where I thought stream splitting was more appropriate. It's actually going to be really good for us here. So... What are we doing while we're waiting for stream splitting tech? Because it's gonna make a big difference. Do I want to just do this and trust that I will figure out the food? We're getting into a lot of trouble doing things like that. I mean, I guess I could just wrap the food all the way around. I'm gonna do it. Right. Okay, there's that. That's not going to connect. We might actually want this Arctic world. Probably not. You know what? Let me do this next. You're not useful. Add void synthesis to your tech list. Honestly, kind of compelling. But it's a tech. Do we have extra science for this? I don't think so. I think even though we have a fair amount of time left, I think we're still gonna run out of science. So I think this is rebuilt into robot mode, and it helps with something somewhere, presumably. It's a shame this is already receiving robots. Actually, it won't even matter, because we're gonna build a slipway across the front of this. But yeah, definitely do that. Stream splitting, self-hosting AI? So if we took this now, it drops us to 23, but jumps us up to 25 income. So we'd be able to get stream splitting next year. And also, you know, probably another tech beyond that. I'm going to take it. So total science output, high enough now. For maximum score, we have to get it to 40. 25 is only 2 points, in fact. Really awful. Truly horrible stuff. Our best laboratory is gonna be solid. We know that eventually. I didn't even read that. I'm just like, I'm so focused on game. Sorry, everyone. I'm so focused on game stuff that I did not read that. Do I want to just run robots from here to there right now, just so that's done? I kind of think so. Can't afford. Well, you know what I'm not going to need is that. 12 even. Take that, scoring thresholds. And then I was immediately haunted by my cry of 12. The game knows what's up. I'm being punished. So... Where else do we want to set stuff up? I mean, we can set up the first part of the water delivery now, but it doesn't really get good until later, right? I mean, it gets pretty good immediately, actually. So, we want to run water from here, or is it from here? You're never going to produce more people than you are now. So if we ran it from here, we'd have to get people from somewhere. I mean, that's true either way. What am I talking about? If we run it from here, this is the source of the people. We can run food across and it doesn't make the situation all weird. I think that's okay. We're going to have to figure out how to get chips over here, but we'll figure it out. So we don't need you. Get out of here. New technology available. Hooray! Wait a minute. That remnant world's probably useful. Hold on. What if? Screw the galaxy. Yeah, right? Hold on a second. What does this do? Adds time dilation to your tech list. That maybe is interesting. We have 7 years left. We could buy that. No, you know what? It's only going to add like 6 total months. And I don't know that we have enough time to take that and everything else that we need to take. Because we do want to take this, right? I am going to get money from this. No, it turning into an energy source would be really good, actually. Yeah, it solves a bunch of our problems if it's an energy source. So I need to just burn some worlds. What's not looking good? You! Get lost, nerd. Okay. That's way less total money than it should have been. So you need more imports and exports. You need more imports and exports. That's good, though. You need people. That's right, I was going to do a stream splitting thing over here. I will never have money again, and I'm fine with it. Get out of here. Okay, so we're making all these worlds so prosperous, and we need even more income. It's crazy. It's crazy how much income I need. I have one prosperous world is the reason. That's the whole thing there. This part is just, it's a nightmare. Okay, so let's talk about prosperous worlds. You need one world around you to level up, which would require you providing an export, which can happen. That's a thing that can occur. Nope, 17. 17 is the number of dollars that is. Okay. There's some more prosperity. We're still not making any money. So you need 2 more imports or exports. It's always 2. That's the thing that's like, whenever you play a game without that Dender thing, it's always like you run as many imports and exports as it is reasonable to run off of a thing, and then it's like, oh, and then I need another 2 on top of that, please. With the Dender, it's 1, and you go like, okay, well that seems doable. I can figure that out. How are we going to do this task? There's no worlds anywhere that want to do two-way trade. And that's not a thing that gets better as we level up, like. Yeah, I don't really know what to do about that. Okay. You just need a world to become successful. So, like, sending goods to this world would be pretty solid, which we could do from here. Is that a sensible way to do that? Because the thing is, we also need goods for this world, but it's probably less important because it's less central to the network. Yeah. Sort of, right? It's kind of, sort of. Of course that's out of range. Of course it is. Yet another slipway. Well, I may as well have it be this slipway then, right? Like, slipway from Totera. And then we can send the goods from here to there. This needs import and export routes, and as always, it's like we need a ton of water, but in the places where we have water, the water's not actually meaningful. Right, I still have to resolve the food issue over here as well. We cannot generate biomass. I can't even just sack this one for dollars, which really sucks. Because I would. That's exactly what I would do. Oh yeah, I do want to do this. That's a thing. Okay, as much as it is horrible, sending the food from here to there does resolve this while also upgrading that to successful. It's hard to feel like that's a bad play, honestly. How many slipways is that? Is it just... It is just 2 relays, right? Yeah. Alright, I'm actually doing it. Like, it does help with happiness a lot. And then, like, blow up a planet. You know, the way I'm always doing. The cost. Oh, the money. And then blow up a planet. That's the wrong world. Hold on a second. I built that slipway in the wrong place because I was thinking about costs instead of making sure that... So it actually is 3 slipways to do that, so we can't do that. That's so expensive. If this world didn't require biomass to get the food out of it, this would totally be fine. Do we have spare people anywhere? Okay. People from here to there. Producing biomass. Biomass to here is food. Like, that's a slipway and a slipway and a slipway, but it doesn't mean that we're doing any connection from slipway to slipway. So it does keep costs actually a little bit lower in total, I think. And then it's another source of biomass that we can put in here. It's kind of something. Alright. What am I doing? That's not the thing. This is the thing. This is actually going to do a bunch of useful stuff. It's not just a horrible number of connections for no reason. Alright. I can't afford that cost, because I haven't blown up any planets recently. I don't want to do evil. The game makes me do evil. Y'all see it. You know. And then this. Could I have done this with infraspace relays? I don't know, maybe. Probably. But here's what's cool about this. It lets me do this thing. Wait, that's not what I want. Sorry, it lets me do this thing, which connects the biomass up there, but also connects the food on that planet back off. Gives this planet another income. Technocracy's pretty big. This is hyperdrive. We got some time yet. I don't have to be taking technocracy. So it's like hyperdrive versus infraspace mastery. And infraspace mastery has the benefit of already having stream splitting connected to it. And that lets me do some stuff with my water, and it's probably the right thing to do. Of course, I need way more water still. It's very expensive, though. And hyperlanes they're actually cheaper to build. I'm gonna take the hyperlanes. And then we're gonna grab the hyperlane range tech afterward. And maybe also the upkeep tech, because money. So you have a lot of good stuff. I mean, this is one that we should flip over now, right? Ah, that's still not good enough. Is there any way to get the food from this world to a place where it matters? Or to get robots or chips in? Okay, we're gonna need the range thing, but actually this is really good. Because yeah, it gives you another output and yeah, okay. We definitely need to do that. This thing and then this thing. That's pretty solid. So at some point we'll be able to actually turn this into an energy thing, and it will be useful, I swear. We don't actually need these robots, so I guess I'm going to learn from it, but we're not going to use it, probably. Okay. Can I reach this? Nope. Almost all of our hyperways are going to have to wait until after we get the distance modifier, I think. Yeah, probably. It may literally be all of them. That's a good idea. That's more money. We're going to actually have real income for the first time, which is cool. What are the thresholds on the science thing? Okay. We're not going to make 40. We would need to have connected to another planet to make 40. Or another one of these. But 30 is a certainty and 35 is probably not realistic. Also, we got to remember, can't do a hyperway from a relay to a lab. There's got to be a planet at one end of the thing. So if we want to get water into that one, for example, we got to do some stuff. What about this? What is this still missing? It's missing robot and... Oh, hey, here's a hyperway we can make right now. Sorry. Here's a hyperway we can make right now to produce robot. And then we can slip connect that. Okay, so now all this one's missing is water. And that water is 3 points, so it's pretty solid, and we'll be able to do it soon. What else do we need? The energy from this is going to pay that off, and it's going to make that successful, which is going to be not super valuable for this, because we're already planning to connect this to another world anyway, right? Oh, we need to do this. Alright, that's definitely good. Okay, get me stable jumps. Stable jumps are expensive. But this is definitely more time efficient than doing the other thing. Alright, prosperity, and now this just needs one more import or export. So it might actually be better to just connect the energy here. Right, because I don't know that this is going to actually do anything for anyone. That said, we do have this right there. Yeah, we need to do that anyway. This planet needed the thing. So, I don't know what we do with this second point of energy. We could connect it to the water-producing world over there to get another point of water out of it. Do we need another point of water on this side of the puzzle? I don't think so. Can this reach? Cool. Can we get water over here? Void synthesizer's 45? Like, you know what? Maybe we do actually get this. Because if we could push this to 12 points, we can end the thing with 36. Oh wait, I'm connected to 4. What am I talking about? I'm connected to 4 labs. There's still a bunch of opportunity here. We can totally make 40. That can happen. Right? This can be a mineral world. Well, do I want to destroy that, though? Hold on. Can this reach the lab? No, it can't. Not directly. It's not out of range, though. Okay, I'm going to blow this one up, because we already connected water. So then we just make any kind of thing here. It actually doesn't matter what. Do we care about robots or chips more on this side of the puzzle? It doesn't actually matter too much. I'm never going to complete this task, and we're just going to have to live with that. Alright, this is just to prevent the unhappiness from getting wacky. And then we end up maybe not needing to, we end up maybe not needing to do void synthesizer. If I could get robot to here, which I can't do, that would solve it. Or are we in the place where, yeah. Okay, so biomass or water or mineral here would do the job as well. So if I do this, that gives me a point of biomass, and that's 40. Okay, so full score. So now we're just working on this other stuff. So we don't need the void synthesizer, which means we can focus on fun things, like technocracy. How much time do we have left? 29 months until the end of the run. So we're going to get 40 science 2 more times. We definitely can afford to get technocracy. We're going to end up at 141 total, so we can afford both manufactured luxury and technocracy. Obviously, we take technocracy last. So if I get manufactured luxury right now, then our primary concern is stuff like this, just leveling up worlds. Which is a good place to be in. Now, granted, for that to be useful, I'm going to have to actually get this Forge World leveled up. But you're connected to enough friendly neighbors. Yes, so all I actually need from you is to run that output. Okay, cool. People world. Well, hold on a second. Let me make sure I'm doing this in a sensible way. So wait, how does luxury work? Does it have to be any planet producing people? Okay. So like this works. That's to approval. You're definitely not going to connect to any other people worlds, so we can just send that here. Well, maybe I should, though. Right, because you're never going to be prosperous. There's no way I'll connect you to enough stuff. So maybe, like, the idea is hyperloop jump to a slip relay loop jump. I kind of hate it. But also it gets this remarkably close to being leveled. Or to becoming prosperous itself. That's kind of wild. Hold on, can I do this? Can't afford, but is in range. Actually, that luxury connection, as expensive in both time and money as it is, I believe gets me another prosperous world. This is such a silly way to do a thing. Can't afford. Who are you to tell me I can't afford? I'll blow up your planet. Yep, that's pretty solid. So that puts us on 8. You just need to be connected to one more world that is prosperous. And all that has to happen for that is you have to deliver goods somewhere. Like here, perhaps. Okay. Now if we just get to 131, we win. And we definitely get to 131. Neat. Which means there's nothing else for me to do, right? Like, this got a little... Oh, right, shoot. Council tasks. I'm only going to get to 24 unless I figure that out. And I don't think I can figure that out. I just don't think there's places to do it. Right, because it has to be places where there are two-way trade routes. So... the Forge World to People World connection is never going to work. If I were to connect Primordial Worlds producing biomass with People Worlds that had to take in biomass, that's something. Oceans, no, we're just never going to get there. I'm just never going to get a 6th task. Ah, well, I'm not going to be too stressed about it. And frankly, I think I am, I'm just going to press this button. Take our technology. And then take my 24. Because we're never going to get to 25 anyway. That should not have been difficult. Like, the point that we missed there was one I've never missed before, and I'm very frustrated by that. We should have... two-way trade, man. Two-way trade's a tough one. I should have just taken the other option. Well, whatever the purpose of the research... or whatever the purpose of the research conducted here was, it appears it failed. This sector has been abandoned long before the work could be completed. Yeah, that got a little ugly. But the way in which it got ugly, where we were just like totally desperate for cash and everything, had nothing to do with me missing my last point. So I guess we pulled out of it, okay? It turns out you can do just about anything if you get enough bulbs. So that is going to be it for us for today. I believe this is the last level of the campaign for now. The rest of the campaign is coming in a future update, and I have no idea how far away that is. So you know what? We'll just go ahead and finish Act 1 tomorrow. When you come back next time tomorrow, we'll meet the Ghost in the Machine. I don't think anything bad has ever happened to anyone in a piece of media named Ghost in the Machine. So when you come back next time, we're all just going to have a very fun, relaxed time where nobody dies horribly. And we'll see you then.